Hi, welcome to my tutorial on how to make parts of your video cam disappear, how to put a border around your face on your video camera. Hopefully we can make this small enough that it fits on Discord. We'll see. If not, we'll put it on YouTube. Let's get started. So usually I work with Paint 3D, but you may not have Paint 3D. So let's use regular Paint. Mine is sitting right down here on the desktop. If yours is not, or on the taskbar, sorry. If yours is not on the taskbar, go to your Start menu. Go to All. Scroll down your list until you get to the P's, which you can't hardly see what I'm doing here because it's not part of the video on there, sorry. But you would find that in Paint. You could right-click it and tell it to save it to the taskbar, save it to the Start menu, however you want to do it. Now, we got our Paint. Let's open it up. Luckily, mine's like this, but a lot of times, it's going to be like this. You want to make it smaller. So, go down here, which you can't see. Hold on. Make that smaller. There we go. Right here in the right-hand corner, you can make that smaller to 100. If you still can't see the edges, go down even smaller till you get to there. Then draw it in, and then bring this back to 100. You can just drop down right here. Good. That's pretty good. Now we can make it a little smaller. We don't need to work with something that large. Okay? Even though it's at 100%, we're still just able to change our canvas. Now, first thing that I'm going to show you is how to set up to get a circle on your face. So we're going to draw a black circle. We're going to make sure that we're using this circle and the black. We're going to click there, click on the black, make sure it says black. We're going to left click on our page here and hold down the left mouse button and drag that circle. Now remember, I already chose it. I can go here and I can adjust it as much as I want. Now this is going to make for a very small circle, so I'm going to go ahead and bring our canvas up just a little bit more. Then I'm going to redo our circle because I don't like that circle. Alright, let's redo our circle now. There we go. Bring it to the middle. Now, we want that to stay white. We want everything else around it to be black. So we're still on our black. We're going to go to our fill right here. Left click it. Go down here. Left click. Okay? Now let's save it. File. Save as. PNG picture. Put it somewhere where you're not going to delete it by accident. Because if you delete it, then it will take it back off of your OBS. Let's name this tutorial pic. Okay. Now, what if we want a background to go on it? Maybe a media design. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to say File, New. We're just making some things up. They may work, they may not work. We're going to start again with our circle. Then we're going to do another circle. Maybe we want just a rim like what's on mine with the little purple edging. So just a little bit of a rim. There are lots of graphic medias out there that you can find online. Oops, I don't want that. I'm going to hit this select so I can move this around a little. Now we're going to do this one a little bit different. This one, we're going to put black in the middle and on the outside. So let's do our fill in, black and black. It's a little uneven there, isn't it? Let's go back. Can we see? The only problem with Paint, if you're using Paint 3D, you can have these magical so that you can move them around, but in Paint all you can do is redo your stuff. Okay. Now what I could do is I could do this, and I could copy this, paste it, and then make it smaller. That way it's pretty much the same around this. But just trying to get it even, it could be a pain in the rumpicus bumpicus, because there's no way to, you know, adjust it. That's the other thing with Paint 3D. You can, you know, align everything. Okay, so we got that there. Let's go back to filling it in. And we could use Copilot, but I'm not going to use Copilot. Not for this. Okay. So I've got that. I'm going to save that too. I'm going to save that PNG. And I'm going to save that just like I did my other thing. So tutorial pick, I'm going to say tutorial background, BG. Okay. Now, I'm going to X out. I'm going to go to my OBS. Here's my OBS. Hello, OBS. Oops, we don't want that. We just need this part to show up in the part that we're at. Okay, here's my camera. And it doesn't show too much. I can make it bigger a little bit. All right, but you can see all my kitchen stuff. We don't want to see all this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my camera, which is right here, print camera overhead. I'm going to right click it and I'm going to go to filters. I'm going to add an image mask blend. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to click on browse. I'm going to find that file we saved for pick. Remember that? Tutorial pick. And I'm going to hit open. And now look. A lot of my junk is gone. And I now have a circle. There it is. Now, I want a background. I'd like to have something kind of like my swirlies. So you go online, you find a graphics. I have some graphics. Let's look at the graphics that I have. If you'd like these graphics, I'm happy to send one to you. So let's see if we can't get that to open. Oh, I'm going to have to minimize this. Okay. Let's go to my pictures. Where's my graphics at? They're in my videos. Videos. Screen recordings. Let's look at this one. What's this one do? Oh, that's kind of creepy. I don't know if you'd want that as next to your picture, but we could certainly try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, so screen recordings 10/14/2024. All right, let's go to my OBS. Let's add a media source. And everything you add goes all the way up top. So we're just going to put tutorial BG. Okay. Let's browse and let's refine that. We want to make sure we hit loop. If not, it'll stop and we won't be able to work with it. Is it okay? There it is. Let's make it bigger. Maybe we want this part to be the background and to have him floating next to my face, maybe? Maybe like that. I don't know. I don't think we can do this. I don't think we can have him floating on the outside. I don't think I can get that. That's a little bit more intricate than what this video can talk about. All right, but we'll see what happens. Let's go into filter. And we're going to add. We're going to hit that image mask blend again. Hit OK. Browse. This time, we're going to look for that other file that we made. Okay. Still in my desktop, right? Desktop. And it was the one that said tutorial BG. Yeah, see, I'm not going to get him very much. Hit close. And now I can drag that over top of me, like that. Now, that's really thick. That's a lot, isn't it? I don't think I want it to be that thick. How can I get it fixed though? I've already put it on here. I can minimize this. I can pull that object back up. Let's pull that object back up. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to tell it to open it with paint. That's what I created it in. There it is. It is hooked, again, already to that thing on OBS, right? So I'm just going to get another circle. Bring it around here. Do some movement with it. Now, as long as you don't click out like that, you can readjust your circle. I'll show you again. Click the circle. Start your circle. As long as you don't click out and you have this in the middle, left click and hold it down, you can move it around. You can make it a little bit bigger and move it around. Maybe I like that better. So now I'm going to click off because I'm done. I'm going to go back into my fill and I'm going to fill that outside edge. I'm going to hit save. Now remember, it's already connected. So it automatically changed it on my screen. Well, what if I don't like that blue? Maybe I don't like that blue. Let's go into our background, right? Let's go back into filters. There it is. I can do this. I can add a color key, or color correction, sorry. Hit OK. Select color. Maybe I want it to be orange. Now it's orange. Don't like the orange. Maybe we'll try something else. Let's try. Oops, sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. I have to hit filter. Let's go back to that filter. Let's go back to our color correction. Let's change that color to something else. Maybe it's Christmas, so I might want a red. You can't see it move as much, but it's still moving. Maybe I want it to be purple. Looks more bluish. But that's pretty neat too. So you could have that. Maybe I don't like this background at all. Maybe I don't want to use it. Maybe I don't want to use it. But before I do anything, if I want to move them so that they don't mess, if you move these one at a time so you can get it down here or wherever, you're going to mess it all up. So the first thing you should do after you get your background and your picture the way you want it, click on your background. Click on your camera. Okay. Remember, we're using this camera here. Click on that, your background. There's your camera. Do that. Hit Control. No, not Shift. Sorry. Control. Now I've got them both selected. Right click and group selected items. Now you can move that wherever you want and not mess things up. So maybe I want it down here in the corner. Okay. And then I'm done. But if I don't like this background at all, then I can go back in, ungroup, go to my tutorial BG, browse. Maybe I want something else. Maybe I want this fiery one. That didn't work, did it? So what I'd have to do first, let's see. Oh. But see, now I'm off kilter, so I'd have to move it. That's really jumpy, isn't it? Let's look at another one. What does this, how about this one? I'd have to move it over there. And I'd have to resize them, of course. And now it's not the same color we picked because it goes upon, it's blending with what's already there. So we might have to go back into our filters, go into our color correction, and change that. Now that's really fast. You see how fast that's going? Go back to your filter. Actually, you don't have to go to your filter. You can go to your background itself, properties. And I can slow that down. See that? Now it's barely moving. So that's the tutorial for today. Make those 2 items in Paint. Play around with your picture. See how you like it. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you've learned something today. I hope this is helpful. Have a great day. Bye.